Hey guys, today we're going to do a service on this Yard Machines tiller. It's a 6 horsepower OHV. This machine has been around for a while. My brother-in-law got it used some years ago and has since passed it on to me. Hasn't seen a lot of care in a while, so we're going to do a basic service. Definitely do an oil change, pull the spark plug out, see what it's looking like, and also check on the air filter. So we'll see if we can catch all the oil in here. I've got a 5/8 socket, and this has a convenient spout so it doesn't drain right out on the base holding the engine. Some of them do, so this should be easy to catch. Yeah, that oil looks pretty dirty. So what I think we'll do is drain this and fill it with clean oil and run it for about 30 minutes and then let it cool off and drain it again and then refill and go with that. Should get out any extra debris laying around in there. While that finishes draining, we'll go ahead and take a look at the spark plug. Let's see, this is 13/16 for this plug. Plug doesn't look too awful bad. May just clean it a little and put it back in. It seemed to be firing okay. Don't typically do this on the back of the truck, but had the tiller off at another property yesterday and it was still loaded up. I figured it'd be easy to get to here. No bending over. Now the air filter housing on this, there's supposed to be a bolt that goes in here and holds this cover on, and a little piece inside obviously is broken off sometime in the past, and so there's just a wire circled around the back of the carburetor here, hooked on a bolt and twisted together, but it works surprisingly well for holding this cover on. We'll pop it off and see how the air filter is looking. Dropped our wire, and really not too bad. Yeah, really not all that dusty. It does look like it's got a good bit of oil in it. This particular design I find interesting, is it's wide open going into the carburetor, so it draws air in through the back here and catches the filter, which then goes into the cavity behind the sponge air filter and through the center into the carb. That looks fine, so we're just going to put that back on. See if we can get our wire back in place here. There we go. So let's put this cap back on, plug for our oil drain. Get a little oil in here and let it run for a few minutes. I typically prefer to use SAE 30 oil in these small engines, but I don't have enough to fill this, so I'm just going to go with 10W30 today, which will be fine. If I happen to go to the store before I refill it again, we'll get some SAE 30 and use that. Have no idea what the fill is on this, how much it holds. We're just going to put some in there and go slow and keep an eye on it. All right, seems full. That's about half a quart. All right, let's crank it up for a bit, see if it'll run good for us, and then we'll come back and cycle the oil through again. So as you can hear over there, it's running a little rough, but it is running steady. So we may go ahead and replace that spark plug to see if that makes any difference. If not, it's most likely fuel delivery. May have to clean the carburetor, possibly replace some diaphragms, or eventually even replace the carburetor. We've let the machine run 20 or 30 minutes and then cool down a little bit. Let's go ahead and do our second draining of the oil, see how it's looking. Still pretty black. Yeah, that's pretty thick. So based on how that looks, I think we're going to do it a third time. Well, we'll let that drain. I'll refill and run again, and we'll come back again in a bit. All right, here we are. Run another 20-30 minutes. Cooled off a little. Let's drain again, see how our oil is looking. A good bit lighter. Not clear, but a good bit lighter. I think we can go with that. So we'll drain this out completely, refill, and go from there.